YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice Club Tour Review. Today I'm going to be showing you some more Christmas cards. Like, do you remember I actually showed you this product here? I actually gave another one of those cards, a second version of this card, away to someone else, and that was actually pretty nice. But anyways, I'm just looking outside at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the webcam, and let me just show you a bit of nature first. It's a much cooler day outside. In fact, it's still warm, but luckily enough it's about 15 or 20 degrees cooler. And outside I've actually got something fairly nice outside. Actually, I'm actually going to show you some pigeons, but I'm actually going to open the window very gently without petrifying. Very slowly, I won't frighten them. Ah, yes, there they are. See these pigeons there? They're literally feeding on some... I wonder what they're eating. I'm not sure if they're eating berries. Normally they often tend to eat the green leaves of my tree and poop on my parents' cars, but they're actually... look like they're having a go at eating. Looks like the neighbour right in front of me has got a bush. Of course, that looks fairly nice. Not sure if you can see it on the background. Quite amazing. I can't help myself watching a bit of nature. Sorry if I'm getting distracted by nature, but yes, that is pretty much the spirit of making videos via YouTube. And yes, I think apart from one pigeon, there's actually two pigeons here. In fact, there was actually that one other video which had a garbage truck, and mind you, crockies, that would have spooked them off when I was clapping them away. Oh, and he's off! I think there might be another pigeon right behind me. In fact, it's so nice to have the almighty wood pigeon and his, how do you say it, sidekick, or should I say cousin? Or I don't know, it's quite amazing. That's pretty amazing just to have a good companion of another pigeon. In fact, there's another one at the distance which looks like it's feeding on something. Again, the same bush, I suppose, eh? But, oh, it looks like the other one's flown down to the bottom of the garden, I suppose, eh? So, yes, it's a much cooler sort of week, I suppose, eh? Let me just kindly, close the window here, because let's just go ahead and take a look at some of that boogie there. Apart from this one here, I've already, of course, yes, I've already made two of those. In fact, I've got one here at home. Of course, yes, I have got one of those. I might go ahead and probably put that there, and probably might speak about the one later on in this video. But in this video it's going to be a mixed bag of, well, let's just say, water-themed toys, and all sort of stuff as well. In fact, we've also got one of that Ponies-themed toy to review in this video, so I'm going to start off with something which I don't often make, and it's going to be quite tricky because I need to contend with the train at the moment, and it's stuck. Okay, so I think our first cap of the rank, I think actually we might start off with two products actually in the video. Are these two here. Both of those are based on little grebes, which are like these small water birds that you often go into like country parks and, you know, ponds, rivers, lakes, or various nature reserves which have wetlands, swamps, marshes and other boggy type environments and whatnot, where the water is quite abundant, even reservoirs as well. We've got two of those Flip That Origami British Wild Collection Little Grebe products. Both of them cost about the same price. This one here costs about £2.99, and so is this one here, which also £3. But look at the difference, we've actually got two different products. This is a seasonal plumage dual pack, and this one here is a Little Grebe Mother and Chick Fishing Practice Bipad. Which is what, when I went to that park last weekend on Saturday, luckily enough, I've actually managed to saw these guys, and boy, they were swimming like penguins, and they were diving underneath the water, looking for fish. Those are all chickies right there. I suppose this week might be more into waterbirds. There is the back of the packaging there. Quite amazing enough, we've got like is that a Eurasian minnow, which is like a very common freshwater fish found in rivers. And we've also got this dual pack here. It comes in two different plumages here, which is actually fairly nice. Of course, yes, it does. Obviously, hey. And yes, I can tell you what, this is actually quite an amazing rendition of what I would find in a classic of that product. or maybe a modern flip-up product. And there is the back of the packaging, which actually looks like that. Okay, it looks quite amazing. And actually, in the making of this video, I was actually distracted by some kind of spider. I was actually distracted by a spider. It was at the edge of the TV, right over there. And of course, you can't see the spider because, you know, of the fast speed and because of my slow reaction time. But anyways, let me just go ahead and crack open and see what they look like. Or actually, more like open these guys up and see what they look like out from their envelope prisons. Actually can't. You ain't staying there for longer. I might take a look at the dual pack first with the seasonal plumage little grebes first, as we are going to be talking about both those two there. They're basically little grebes in different plumages. We've got a summer plumage one. I'm not sure if you can see it very clearly because obviously I'm trying to save as much energy from not using too much electricity by turning on the light. Okay, so it's kind of a lot more dark. It's sort of dark because obviously I'm trying to save electricity for my computer room ceiling light. Okay, so of course yes, it's got a bit of a rufous, brownish, orangey sort of neck, and the feathers, they look kind of nice. It's brown on the bottom here, and you've also got greyish, brownish sort of details over there, and on the wings you've got whitish details like so. Hey, that looks pretty cool, and you've also got this beautiful looking design of greyish brown and also a bit of brown at the back where its tail is. How cool is that? And I love the yellow eye. Some species actually of grebe tend to have, you know, yellow eyes, or others have brown. This one actually has a combination of both. Maybe there's some kind of subspecies or sort of subspecies that has that. Particularly the ones in India and Asia. I think in South and Southeast Asia and East Asia tend to have that eye colorization, which is kind of weird. Sort of weird actually, eh? And this here is the winter plumage little grebe. Actually didn't realise you can actually pat them on the back, and you can actually make these birds peck. Pretty cool, eh? This one's kind of a bit more sort of lightish, but also duller version of little grebe and summer plumage. It's more of a ochre sort of brownish, yellowish, orangey sort of brownish colorization of the summer plumage. It's a different colorization. In fact, it's a lot more browner, a lot more sepia looking than what we had before. Actually, I just saw a spider that just moves pretty fast. I don't know where it was. So I've actually got distracted by a small spider. Oh, actually, I think I just saw it. Sorry, nature loves to distract me as I'm making videos and whatnot, eh? I think this video has gone quite AWOL with the spider. Yeah, I must have been quite distracted by it though. So even though I've gone quite sloppy, let's not rush this video. Of course I won't. Anyways, where was I? After getting distracted by the bloody spider. Okay, so yes, we've got like this sort of eye colorization here. Of course, looking pretty similar. In fact, I definitely think the hot weather from like last week on Tuesday and Monday, which was very diabolically uncontrollable, man. In fact, that actually spawned a huge summer for spiders. Crazy, isn't it? But yes, those guys look fairly nice. Those little grebes, they look fairly nice. I love the colorization onto these guys. Hey, they look pretty cool, eh? I love that grey at the front of the bird. Here's the other side of it here, eh? Looks pretty awesome indeed. And both of them actually kind of share sort of the same sort of wing detailings, of course. But of course, yes, if you look underneath, this one is a winter plumage little grebe. Okay, and the other bird here is a summer plumage little grebe, as I can tell. Well, looks of it looks like that. And yes, that looks pretty amazing. And we'll take a look at the other little grebe product, which is the one that comes with the baby little grebes, you know, the grebe chicks. In fact, I couldn't actually make products about waterbirds. You know, small waterbirds would definitely be my bet, I suppose, eh? Okay, so let's take a look at the mother little grebe, which is just a regular little grebe because there's no eyelashes here. Okay, very similar to what I've seen before. Okay, nice looking design on the head. and also the neck as well. I love the, in fact, it's pretty much similar to what I've done before. Yes, same colour combinations of grey. Let's just say a slightish, darkish, almost black-like grey, with brown connected, actually more like a darkish brown sort of colorization. In fact, it looks very similar to the other one I've made. Also, the name, despite that, it actually just says Little Grebe. How weird is that? Let's take a look at the chicks, because I bet you guys are pretty desperate to see them. In fact, there they are. They look kind of, sort of almost grown up, to be honest, because, you know, it actually takes place during, you know, midsummer. I'll probably say this month, July, and not late August. I definitely think by late summer, which I would say August, yes, it's amazing that these guys would actually grow up. A lot of birds do grow up and abandon their nesting sites just to get themselves prepared for their winter migration in the autumn, I suppose, when birds start to fly south to escape the winter colds, or the colds of winter, I suppose. There you go, beautiful looking designs. They look pretty much almost like the adult birds, but yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it very clearly, but yes, they've got like a carrot-like beak at the front with a combination of grey and brown. And what's also quite funny is the colorization here. Sorry, I can't show it to you clearly because it's quite dark, because I'm trying to save electricity just to, you know, protect the environment and whatnot there, so my bad. But yeah, so there you go, there's the name, Little Grebe chick. Okay, fairly nice detailing on that bird as well. Same with this one here. In fact, yeah, that looks pretty nice. These guys, they look fairly nice and cute at the same time. I love it. In fact, I love the designs of that. And let's take a look at the minnows next. Those guys look pretty interesting. But what's quite funny is that the mouth detailing is actually kind of, sort of, almost half blind, to be honest. I can't see it. There's the other side there. It's quite weird. I'm not sure if I can focus on that one properly. I don't know. It's kind of weird, sort of very weird. Sort of face. I'm just gonna stare. It looks like it's smiling, I suppose. It looks like it's got a bit of a little bit of an open, whitish mouth though. This one here looks almost like some sort of, you know, sort of faceless looking fish. But to me, when I see that at the front, that just says to me, oh, that's a mouth. But hey, let's move on to another flip-flap product, which is actually going to be a much more seasonal than what I've done so far. Actually, not just seasonal, but actually a lot more mundane, actually. Actually, sorry, I just said the word seasonal, but we'll take a look at Christmas stuff later on. Because actually, the product I'm actually referring to, there's not Christmas cards, but actually, birds like this, very mundane looking, Origami, British Wildlife Collection, swimming, juvenile and first winter, black-headed gull, feeding and molting, spot pack, or should I say station. Yeah, it's funny, I'm actually kind of surprised, sort of surprised, in fact not surprised of making another black-headed gull thing product. In fact, let me review from here, because I think it's a little bit more easy for me to do toy reviews without the train getting a bit of a hang-up. I'll put the battery scanner away. It's this product here, as I'm going to be having a look at in this video. So, yes, I'll show you the back of the packaging. Looks pretty evil, that seagull. How weird is that one, eh? And also, look at that, we've got water boatman. That's amazing. We've got water bugs. Hooray! So we've got some insects in this set. And it's been like a long time that we actually haven't had bugs or insects in this set. And we've also got a frog, which is sort of kind of interesting. Let's go and unpack this and see what this mundane product is about to be like. But the very nice inclusion are the bugs and the frog. So, yes, we've also got a lily pad, which looks like that. And there's a little common frog here as well, which I presume I will. Go away, train! You're distracting the whole freaking video on YouTube! Actually, I should probably hold the camera like that. There's a little frog here as well. There you go, it looks fairly nice. I love the detailing on the side. And there's what you have. There's the other side of it as well, which looks like that. Okay, and let me just show you the frog closely. Very weird eyes. In fact, I might try. It's very hard to focus when it's this dark. And the days are getting shorter in summer, which is actually kind of sort of obvious as I can tell, but summer's not yet over. But hey, looking at this fog, wow, it is a fantastic looking amphibious looking creature. And we've also got some fish here as well. Yes, we've got two of those. But apart from the carp looking fish, common carp looking fish, which look like Magikarp from Pokemon, we've also got these two little bugs, which look pretty nice. I think they're called the water boatmen by the looks of those guys, eh? And I believe they're one of the other common looking insects that you find in streams, creeks, rivers and ponds. And they make fairly good companions, I suppose, eh? And they look fairly nice. I love the eye telling on the side of their heads. And so often that, hey, they are the best thing since sliced bread. But hey, let me just have a close-up look on the bugs here, because it's actually got some very good gradients, or what's it called, gradients on the colours here. I love how the colour gradates. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word correctly though, but I love how the colours mishmash together with, like, you know, an ochre sort of yellow mixed with a bright yellow, and then you've also got like a greenish, like a dirty yuck sort of algae like green colour, and then you've also got brown mashed up together. It's like an amalgamation of various colours that you add to the bug to make it look like the real thing. And obviously, let's take a look at the black-headed gulls, because no surprise at all, they're one of the most common of all birds seen in the British Royal Collection toy range. They're crazy. They're crazy, those guys. Crazy little things, aren't they? Alongside the herring and lesser blackback gulls, which in a sense I haven't made a lot of them so far, as strange as it sounds, eh? There you go, that's what they all look like. Oh, that's a fairly nice representation of a black-headed gull in its juvenile form. And yes, by not just late July, but also by early August, those black-headed gulls in their juvenile plumage will actually molt into their first winter plumage as August progresses all the way towards September. So hopefully, as the months progress, as the 2 months progress, yes, they'll be turning into those guys like that. And hey, yes, 2 to 3 black-headed gulls in a row. In fact, they look fairly similar, but there's actually a difference between these two forms. One very keen difference is that the first winter black-headed gulls in this one have actually got brown located here and not there, so it's not fully covered in brown. In fact, like a greyish-brown colour combination. The other thing, I've actually realised if I grab the juvenile here, look at the wing colour and patterns on this bird. There's more brown here, and there's also brown on both sides of this bird, so that is actually another complete and utterly significant difference. And the other thing I've actually noticed about this first winter black-headed gull is that if I sit these guys next to a juvenile, you can see that the juvenile black-headed gull has actually got a brown patch on its face next to where the eye is, right on top of where its eye is, whereas this one here, the first winter guys, the first winter black-headed gulls, don't actually have that sort of detailing right there. And you know what? It is a British Royal Collection flip-flap mystery. And yes, not only just any kind of flip-flap origami mystery, it is a British Royal Collection mystery as well. Well, with the train chopping along the way slowly, of course, yes, I'm just going to put those guys back, of course. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by many things like the train, the pigeons, and the spider, which should not be seen because I'm quite slow of reacting myself. But hey, let's move on to some ponies! Hooray! It's a flip-flap origami pony, sneaky, archive, precious, scroll, robbery, payback, 5-pack. It comes out £5, 99 or £6. There you go, there's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. We've got a couple ponies, being Twilight Sparkle and Bonnie Dash, who are pretty much fleeing while Twilight Sparkle, as strange as it sounds, there's no wings in her, but to make her look like, which actually she does have wings. Let me just go ahead and edit this, because, you know, Twilight Sparkle must have wings. Maybe I'm just referring to that one Mole Pony episode. You know, that season 2 episode is called It's About Time, where Twilight Sparkle actually meets her future self and then becomes her future self, like future Twilight. Have you ever thought of watching that episode? Very interesting episode if you think of it, eh? Or maybe it could be quite boring. There you go, there's proof that Twilight Sparkle uses her magical powers with her unicorn horn, which strangely enough hasn't been coloured in, sadly, while carrying the scroll of utter hell, actually. And there's a freaking laser CCTV camera, which has got a very weird feature, so would have never thought that Equestria would have some kind of technology going on here. So yes, I'm going to unpack it single-handedly because the train's going to distract the whole video, and also, and I'm holding a webcam. Sorry, train's running through an absolute halt there. Let's just hope the video doesn't go AWOL. Okay, so let's take a look at the ponies first. First we'll take a look at it is Twilight Sparkle. Of course, yes, Twilight Sparkle's mane looks fairly nice, although the cutie mark on those sides here, in fact, both sides look sort of weird, I suppose. And there's her mane, of course, looks quite different. Also, the wing looks kind of a bit battered, as strange as it sounds, sort of. And it's quite amazing that the more recent flip-up pony thing toys, some of them were made in Thailand back in June. If you remember those videos back in June of 2022, I made loads and loads of pony videos since I made loads and loads of these guys, or should I say girls, back when I was on holiday in Malaysia during May, late April, May, and also like the 1st of June. In fact, I actually bought the whole herd back there. Well, not all the paper survived during my trip there, eh? As sad as it sounds. Here we have is Pinkie Pie with that fringy mane of hers, because she's Pinkie Pie. Okay, so yeah, she's got like a beautiful looking cutie mark of balloons, as always, as per usual. Looking quite sly, that Pinkie Pie, that model, or that version of Pinkie Pie. In fact, what's also quite strange is that both Twilight Sparkle and Bonnie Dash, if I sit these two ponies, yes, Bonnie Dash is the fastest pony in the world, and not just that, but also Equestria. But yes, if you look at Pinkie Pie, she seems to be a lot more taller than the other ponies, and if I grab Bonnie Dash to a brighter spot, wow, look at her. She looks quite stunning, but the cutie mark seems to be way too small. And if I show you on the other side, there's a bit more proof on that section there. But nevertheless, it is a very nice representation of the Flip Up Ponies toy range. And let me just show you the webcam, because some people say, oh, but Robbery, you haven't showed us the webcam. If you didn't show us the webcam, well, that's proof you didn't make the whole product right. Well, there you go, there's a freaking webcam here, so you can pretty much shoot lasers at all ponies who try to steal the freaking scroll. And let me just read what the scroll says. It's actually quite an evil scroll. Yes, if I show you what the scroll is, it's called the Great Scroll of Doom, oh no! And they've got a quote here, it says, how dare you stole me, as I'm the Great Scroll of Doom, ready to eat your souls as you stole me on purpose. Written by the pony who mustn't be named, or must not be named. Nothing on the back, but it looks kind of, sort of weird, eh? Pretty diabolical hearing that, eh? For such a very weird and evil looking scroll. Might have been kept on somewhere in Cancelot or Equestria, which, in a sense, shouldn't be named. But hey, that's a very weird looking scroll, eh? In fact, I'm too lazy to, how would you say it? Fold it correctly there, eh? But there you go, that's what it looks like, a scroll tube. And with this webcam, it looks like it's shooting a very potent and deadly laser, but you can actually move the webcam like so, eh? Yes, it's a very strange rendition of a webcam with a freaking deadly laser. Of course, you can flip the scroll and the pen, and even the ponies as well. Now that is very nice to be this evil, you know what I mean? Could have actually added some glue to make it static, whereas this bit here can actually move side to side while shooting at lasers at ponies who try to steal stuff. Now that is a fairly nice rendition. Boom! I love it. That is something I might have in my mind. Okay, that looks pretty much about it. And speaking about ponies, and because it's only about 5 months till Christmas, I've actually got a bit of flip-flap Christmas 2022 cards. In fact, I've actually made 3 more. Actually, I've actually made 3 more of Christmas cards, you know, flip-flap Christmas cards for 2022. And yes, I might show you this, and also this here as well. And there's actually a couple of differences between those two. One thing I noticed is that although these cards look quite similar, look at the text. The way that the writing is actually done is actually a tad different. So, yes, I've actually realised. And also, this one here has actually got bolder sort of lines. In fact, I believe this one here I don't know which one's the original. If I open these cards up, they look pretty much similar, so that looks fairly nice. I bet this might be the original, because obviously, you know, if I have a look at the other side of it as well, here's the licensing info here. This one here's got a bit of different licensing info, so that might be the second batch, which I had trouble of making it correctly. And there is the original one, which, strangely enough, like that Christmas 2022 car-themed Christmas card, driving home for Christmas, that's what it's called, eh? And yes, there's also a slogan here as well. Bit of a different one there. If I read the one from the other video that I did, it says, the more the merrier, the more till Christmas is there. But this one here says, the more the merrier, the more Christmas will be here, or there. So, quite an amazing looking sort of alternative slogan, if you ask me. It's quite an amazing one, but the licensing info, and also the way the logo has been rendered, and also the, you know, both logos have actually been rendered, is actually quite different, obviously. And I've actually realised that this one here seems to have a bolder sort of, you know, writing. This one here seems to be quite a little bit slimmer. Maybe it's because the other blue folk tip pens are made at the hub, they actually used at the hub were quite, you know, tardy, if that makes any sort of sense. And to prove to you that this one here is the original, you can see a bit of ink markings over there. This one here is my second version, so as amazing as it sounds, the one which has got, like, you know, much bigger sort of writing versus this one here is definitely the original. Whereas this one here with smaller letter fonts on it here, this one seems to be quite the batch. And apart from Christmas cards which look like that, nice star-shaped, Christmas star-shaped cards I've made, which look sort of very star-ish, if that's a word. Almost said starfish, but they look very star-like, or star-shaped. I could make hundreds if not thousands of these. Maybe I should make more of those for the 4th of July. Oh, that'd be fairly awesome if I made star-themed cards for the 4th of July. That'll be getting Americans talking, eh? And we've also got this card here. Now, this one here is a flip-up Ponies Christmas card. And speaking of ponies, look at that. We've got Twilight Sparkle and Pinkie Pie dressed up in some Christmas fashion. And I believe in My Little Pony, Frenchman's Magic. I definitely think the Christmas version, or the equestrian version for Christmas, will definitely be called Hearts Warming, I think. There you go. It says Happy Holidays with a Christmas of warm hearts and hooves. So yes, it looks like Twilight Sparkle and Pinkie Pie are pretty much celebrating Christmas for the sake of me demanding for more and more Christmas stuff while making them in the midst of a bloody summer month. And yes, we're stuck in July. As funny as it sounds, how ironic. Christmas in July. I should have made that one yesterday. But hey, there you go. Happy holidays, and I hope your Christmas brings warm hearts and hooves. Let's take a look what the other ones say. There you go. You can pretty much do the same things as what I've done with the Christmas card. There you go. It says, hoping you two wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. In fact, the quote is actually pretty much repeated on the other one. And there you go. There's a bit of proof that pretty much is the same, eh? And it looks pretty nice, eh, having a go at making Christmas stuff in July, because I do know Christmas is around the corner, and it's a very nice way to get myself prepared and to be prepped for Christmas 2022, because, you know, if I didn't make that much stuff, mind you, Christmas 2022 will become a great big travesty and a great big abomination of all Christmas events. Hopefully 2021 was very good. Let's just hope 2022 can become a better Christmas, hopefully this year. There you go. And what's also quite interesting is that it also says runs from the 25th of November 2022 to the 20th of December 2022. So that makes complete sense. You start the event after Thanksgiving, and then until like the 25th of December, which will be on a Sunday. Bam, that is perfect. Suppose starting in Black Friday would definitely be something, eh? And there you go, there's the beautiful artwork of Pinkie Pie, all dressed in drag with beautiful Christmas red looking colours, with her beautiful looking scarf, and also her merry looking Christmas looking Santa hat, and her stockings. And there's Twilight Sparkle wearing a green scarf, which is very strange because it sort of doesn't correlate to the red outfit and attire that Pinkie Pie wears, but nevertheless, it still looks amazing. And we've also got a stocking on the top right corner here, and also over there we've also got some shooting stars. Maybe that's a reference on how Twilight pretty much wants to sing with Mordecai from regular show. That one character that Twilight Sparkle must have been obsessed with. Not only obsessed with, but also you might be thinking that he and she, both of these characters, will probably think they might pretend to be airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. Have you ever thought of the Mordecai meme? It was actually a year ago when that meme was quite celebrated. Well, as the summer sun has decided to say goodbye, see you again in the next morning or so. Well, even if summer's not yet over, got a funny feeling, well, yes, summer days are getting shorter. I got a funny feeling I've still got a lot more stuff to be making for Christmas 2022. I've got a funny feeling that might be something I might look forward to in the future. But hey, I think that's about it. That's about the rest of this whole video. I had a look at some very weird spoiler alerts of new Christmas 2022 cards in the midst of, in fact, we're in late July. Obviously we're midsummer, which is of course, you know, July being the middle of the month of summer. And yes, you know what, hey guys, it feels like that when August and September come in, it feels like that summer is about to be placed into the bed. And you know what, that pretty much is about it. Also, we've got some vlogging coming out in August, so don't forget, as I'll be making videos in August, you'll be able to see my face. You know, I'll be doing vloggers, toy views, you know. Every August, I'll be doing toy views, showing my face. And hopefully, throughout the 31 days of August, it's gonna be fun. But anyways, if you really enjoyed this very, very early Merry Christmas video, as funny as it sounds in July, please give this video a like. Subscribe for more flip-out videos in the future. And as always, even if it's about 5 months' time, I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as well, even if summer is still there, waiting for its death in August and September. As always, thanks so much for watching. And happy holidays, and as funny as it sounds, bye for now. And the train still looks kind of slow. How weird is that? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not that surprising for me, isn't it? Okay, I think I should say bye again. Bye.